thanks so much for being with us. What is quarantine like for you right now? What is life like for you right now?
It's really present. And I say this because I really have started to learn the art of being mindful, which is like being aware of what our conversation is like right now, being aware of the temperature in the room, being aware of my food instead of just scarfing it down and driving at the same time or whatever it is that we usually do. So right now, I just notice I have no other reason but to be super present in all my conversations, in the chore that I'm doing, the organizing, even writing a letter, like you're just all there. And I love it. So I tend to look at the bright side of things. So that has been super rewarding for me and my relationships around me. I mean, my text messages and my phone calls have never been this thoughtful or even just as playful. You know, usually you call people, you're like, okay, are you gonna send this in? When is this due? I don't know, give me my money or whatever it may be. But this time is about like, hey, how are you? Wait, I haven't talked to your grandfather. Put your grandfather on the line. Let me FaceTime you guys. Yo, have you guys, gone back in your old book or old high school yearbook pictures? Like, have you taken a walk down that memory lane? What new dance did you come up with? Did you download TikTok? Let me see what you can do with your mom. Like, it's heartwarming. So I even though it's a tough time, every day is a reward to treat it like your very favorite day off.
Which is amazing. It sounds like you're flourishing during this time. Like you're reconnecting with people.
Yeah.
It's true, you do FaceTime with people more. And I think what you're saying about being present is so important. Who are you with right now? I mean, your mom's there. I'm guessing Jeezy's there. Like, walk me through the situation.
Sure. So my mom is staying here at my house on her own. We have family that, visits her, but we're all really quarantining her because I am doing this for my mom. I'm doing it for every elder out there who can't fend for themselves. So Mama Mai's here. Jeezy and I are staying at his place. And we have her come over for movies. We literally come over, pick her up, spray her down with alcohol. By the way, I should tell people, I do this on the norm. This is how I actually sanitize my house with bugs, like gnats or fruit flies or flies. If you can't get them with the fly swatter, we have a 99% isopropyl. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we have it filled with alcohol and you just spray it so you sanitize where the bug lands, but you also cleanse or clean or kill the bug. But now we've been like, cover your eyes and mouth, but we douse each other in it. If you've been outside in a public place, all your clothes, I don't care. It's kind of funny. We're like, shed everything, take everything off in your chonies, get to the bathroom and take a bath and then come back out, So it's really important at this time to keep your house completely sanitized. Like no taking chances on that. Like don't ever come in from outside wearing your pants and then sit on the couch. Like we know that it's airborne. We also know that it's water particles. It's a lot. So we want to just, maintain cleanliness.
How is your mom doing? I know that you guys are close. I always see her on your Instagram page. Like, is she handling this okay?
Mama Mai, how are you doing, Mama Mai?
I'm okay. I'm still survive. How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. I love your hair. Beautiful, long hair.
I mean, I got a lot of roots right now going.
She's always with me because she's got nothing else to do, you guys.
Just nosy. See what you guys talking about.
I heard you're cooking a little bit, though.
I do. But today I relaxed because yesterday I cooked so much.
So she spent maybe 6 hours julienning vegetables and put them together in a seafood mix and then a meat mix, brought it over to our house, all in saran wrap, wrapped up. We lay it out in a row and you guys, we made egg rolls, assembly line style. Jeezy made he made 30 and they looked amazing. Whose egg rolls are better, Mom?
I think he and Daniel.
Daniel's my brother.
She's the worst one.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, throwing Jeannie under the bus here. How do you feel about that?
It's true.
It's true because
you better confess.
I was busy Instagram storying, so I did not pay attention to those egg rolls, and I could care less because I would rather eat everybody else's.
Yeah, so make it like a burrito.
Oh.
That is so funny.
We're good. Goodbye.
Whatever.
So my egg rolls look like burritos, but I'll be posting that video soon. It's really cute. It's just everybody. We're making foods that you can store. So whether it's egg rolls or beef stew. My mom made a whole thing of beef stew and then froze the rest of it so that when you're ready to eat it, you just, throw it into a saucepan and let it stew down. Egg rolls are great for frying, and then they can hold up to a week in your refrigerator, or you can freeze them as well and then just put them in the toaster oven and heat them up. So it's all about making foods that feel homey, feel good, so that you're taking care of yourself and you don't come out of this feeling even more lethargic or, having weight gain or even more depression. Depression is number one for me. I want to keep this mind pure and happy.
I mean, mental health is everything right now. And it sounds like for you guys, there is a sense of like camaraderie in a way, right? It sounds like you guys are cooking together. Do you feel like this is bringing your family closer together and also you and Jeezy closer together in a way?
That's so funny. We looked at each other by this time of the quarantine, and we were like, yo, if we make it through this, we are gangster. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're amazing. Yes, like I said, so I'm a super introvert, meaning I love quality conversations. I love intimacy. I love, thoughtful presence with one another. So this is a dream for me. And it allows me to focus and think about ways that we can support people who need it out there. So we've been brainstorming ways to help the community, any of the elders who can't get their groceries. We're looking for ways to help anybody just do a grocery store pickup. I mean, we're able, and we can drive, and just dropping it off the doorstep still keeps everybody safe. We're also in talks with Michael Costello to help him create more masks. He's working with Christian Siriano, and they're trying to get to a place where they can make a bulk amount of masks to help out these hospitals. So again, I don't know if we think this clearly when you don't have this, this beautiful quality time with each other to say, hey, like, what can we do? Most of the time, if this wasn't happening, we'd be talking about like what to have for dinner, or what our day was like, or already worrying about our schedule the next day. And so this is a really special time for couples. You'll either, you'll learn a lot after you get out. And I've learned that he's such an inspiring person to be around, and fun. So I think inspiration and humor are the two quality ingredients you should have in your vibe right now.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great answer. You mentioned Christian Siriano making those masks. I didn't know that Michael was also doing that.
Yeah.
So is he's in touch with Christian, or kind of walk me through how that's going to happen?
So Michael Costello got in touch with Christian to help out on his end, because he obviously has an entire team of seamstresses that can put this together. Actually, at this very moment, the one block that is keeping him from being able to bust out 2,500 masks a day with his team is an approval from our council to allow him to have the actual fabrics for the masks to start making them. So I'm calling a few council people that I know. We were also writing a letter to Mayor Garcetti, and we're trying to get this resolved. So if you guys stay tuned to my Instagram at the Jeannie Mai, or follow at Michael Costello, hopefully we'll have a way that everybody can jump in and help. But before we involve everybody, we want to try to get this focus done ourselves, because those masks can be done daily.
Why is it so hard to get that fabric?
There's things that come along with it besides just the fabric itself. It's actually making sure that the fabric is issued to a department or a warehouse, which he does have access to a warehouse. Anastasia, this is so cool. Listen to how the community is coming together. Anastasia, who is obviously Queen of Rouse, has offered her entire warehouse, which is huge, for them to be able to safely make the masks. So they're figuring it out, and the reason why the fabric has to be released after it's understood where they're going to be made, so that we don't make the problem worse by making the masks, which makes sense.
Yeah. How is work being affected for you right now?
Yeah, so as a host of The Real, right, all of us ladies, we are on hiatus, so it's not affecting so much right now. We coincidentally hit the same time as the hiatus, but it's so important to have social media to keep in touch with our fans. I love that our show is meant to entertain, educate, and also just enlighten people. We're silly, we're fun, we're also passionate. And so the show going on every day on Fox helps for people to just take their mind off things. I also love just making content. So I have a YouTube channel called Hello Hanai, and I have a podcast too that's called Listen Hanai. And both offer insightful conversations, fun things that go on with me and Mama Mai. This week, actually, Mama Mai shows us her home remedies, where she takes us through her kitchen and all the stuff that she puts on her face. We make a very interesting discovery with aloe. So I think right now what's important is to not sit there and just lament about the problems to come. Don't get so bogged up about the negativity that's out there, because right now, if you're staying still, great, that's it. If you're slowing your movement or at least staying home, then you are already a solution to the problem. That's the number one thing that you should already feel good about, so that we're getting to that place of healing and cleansing the air with this virus. The second thing to keep in mind is to watch things that make you laugh. Happy people produce better results. Like when you're happy, you actually have more insightful conversations with people. You look at life differently. Even your view out the window becomes a lot brighter. So making sure that you stay positive, whatever that might be. For some, it might be organizing the hell out of that junk drawer, right? For others, it might be, actually cooking something that you haven't tried for a long time, a recipe. We were talking about crock pot recipes earlier, and I'm dragging out my crock pot that's been sitting in the shelf for such a long time, because I love, just putting, magic things in, like potatoes and sauces and curries, and then seeing like what comes out. Like it's, so these are times to get to know yourself and to be able to use these skills you have, or Google if you don't have them, to connect with. And I do want to share this one thing, because I was talking to my friends, and when you mentioned work, obviously I'm blessed for now, even though obviously we don't even know if the reel can come back, right? Because
that's what I was going to ask you.
We don't know if we can shoot again. We don't know if we can have a live audience. Why should we be able to when everything's quarantined? Like, that wouldn't be safe.
Right.
So what I wanted to tell people, though, is recently on my Instagram, I talked about a list of things you should do to get your financing in order, so that you feel more organized about what's being spent. It's things like checking your credit card bill. If you have any subscriptions that are going on, cancel them immediately. Calling your credit card company, because a lot of credit card companies are waiving the interest fees to relax you a bit for this next coming month. Also, auto loan companies or car payments, like, again, if you call these lenders, they're able to make this work out for you. So if you go to my Instagram, I have a phone number there, text me and I can send you the exact list so that you can do that. And then it just like releases the pressure. It allows you to not be so worried.
Yeah, that's so helpful. Just to go back to the reel for a second. So is there a timeline of when you guys are thinking that you could go back to work, or is it a day-by-day thing? Like, it could be months, it could be
months. Yeah. So we're due to come back mid-April, but at this point, nobody's doing anything until we know that America is safe, until we know that America is healed. So I think we're all on the same page to make the best decision as we hunker down. So that's our focus for right now.
As a host of that show, as pretty much like an anchor of that show, how do you feel about all these broadcasters who are, broadcasting from home right now, or having to go into the studio? We see these reporters on CNN. Like, what do you make of that?
Well, I'm recording my podcast, Listen Honey, from home, and all my content is also from home. So I don't mind it. I also have to say, it's a really fun time in social media right now. I am in love with the families that are getting together, shooting videos. I'm in love with these stories. Kevin Hart is giving you confessions.
Yeah.
People are mimicking outdoor activities like clubs in their house, turning on the disco light, and so there's so many cool things that are going on, and we're connecting. Like, the number one thing I love about the American spirit is that we won't die. Like, we ourselves are love to communicate, our passion to be able to do things that we love, that's never going to die. So I think right now, for anybody out there, social media is kind of like a therapeutic diary. Social media, and we're not doing it for likes. We're not doing it for approval. We're not doing it to bully each other, God. But what we're doing right now is kind of giving a day-by-day quarantine diary to be like, today, discovering the green bean, like whatever it might be. But it's funny. It actually allows you, when they always ask you sometimes in questions, like, what's something weird you do that nobody knows about? Or, what's something people don't know about you? These questions are being seen completely through social media through everybody. Every celebrity, I'm learning something I wouldn't have thought before.
And it's making us feel like we're all in this together.
Yes.
Like we're all
when
going.
Ellen like freaked out, like laying on her couch, calling Chrissy Teigen like a mess. Like I love it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I do too. You are the #1 fashionista in my mind. You know all these tips. So we do have a few like beauty and fashion questions for you, if you don't mind. What is maybe like a beauty routine that takes a little bit longer that now you're having time to do because you're at
My
home?
skin.
Yeah?
Ding, ding, my skin. Okay. I'm obsessed with skin. If my skin looks good, I feel good. I could fluctuate in weight. I could, not be in the gym for a minute, but if my skin feels patchy and pimply and dry, I just feel like I've given up on myself. So I have been taking the time every day to give myself a really good skin pampering. So it might be exfoliating with sugar and honey, like natural sugar and honey, or you end up, busting out some of the products that you bought, but you just blow the dust off of because you haven't used it in a while. It's also, layering my skin with serums, using a hot towel to steam. My mom earlier made some rice, and she was like, after she made the rice and she dumped the rice out, the pot still had water in it. It was steaming, and she just sat there opening up all her pores. Then went to the bathroom and kind of extracted a few blackheads, which you have to do very carefully. If you really have questions about that, text me and I'll teach you exactly how to do it. And then when she was done, like her face looked so refreshed. She had a little bit of a rose hip oil on it. It was beautiful. But when your skin feels good, you're gonna come out of this banging, guys. Make sure you're taking care of your skin, taking your body, do at-home workouts. I do one called What the Waist, and
I saw that on your Instagram, and you have your trainer on.
Guys, we're not losing all of this. Do not let yourself go down with the quarantine. That's not what's happening.
Yeah, it's time to actually work more on yourself if you think about it.
This is that you time that we're always asking about, and moms out there too. Make sure that you're talking with your kids to do the same so that they're occupied taking care of themselves so that you can get that you time for you.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of girls out there are struggling right now if they have eyelash extensions, if they've dyed their hair.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
They've
while.
got nails that need to be filled.
I don't even know if you want to see my nails right now.
Oh, God. And I love, what I love too? I've been loving watching Instagram and seeing like all the men a little furrier. Like you notice their growth. It's so cute.
Yes. What is your advice or your tip to women out there who can't maintain the regular maintenance?
Screw it.
Just
who cares?
Go all
it's
natural.
An excuse where we all get to let it go. The things that I think should matter, okay? The things that I think should matter is your skin and your health. So make sure you're not just sitting there eating Frito-Lay all day, although it sounds good sometimes, but you're not just eating
not every day.
You're going out to the grocery store like one time to get everything you need without hoarding, and making yourself fresh smoothies, freezing soups and stews, making chopped vegetables and putting them in airtight containers so that you can just pull them out and make a slaw or a salad.
Yeah.
And then just taking care of your skin. You don't necessarily, I have a rose water spray on right now. And that's about it.
That's great.
Oh, and I have lashes on, but I also have, I do lashes. I don't do like extension ones. So for all y'all where it's growing out, yay, congrats. Now you're free as a bird, caw, and now you can wear strips or not. Sometimes I wear strips, sometimes I don't. But it is important to take care of yourself, because when you kind of let yourself go, there's a take care of yourself and don't care about nail fill and roots and stuff. But then there's also letting yourself go when you're not taking care of yourself, right? You don't want to get to that place, because then you'll see yourself and it'll make you upset, or find ways to pick on yourself, or you won't even be motivated to get out of the house and walk, right? Which you can do within distance from each other. So just make sure that you still look ready for the day so that you are ahead of the day, not letting the day get ahead of you.
Yeah, we don't want to be I want to be in my sweats all day, but maybe not all day, every day.
Right, not every day. And that's okay. Like I'm wearing, shirt and a legging, you know what I mean? It's like, it's fine. But this was also a plain t-shirt I got for my birthday. And then I had time, so I YouTubed how to cut t-shirts.
And you made this?
And I made this whole, you just slice it here and then measure out your neckline here and cut a little hole so it just had a little bit more of an interesting shape.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, because, I don't love wearing big oversized shirts unless it's tucked into something, but I'm not tucking in anything and nobody's wearing jeans at home. So
yeah, no one's wearing jeans.
Thanks to YouTube.
Yeah. That is the truth. Any events, I mean, we're hearing about Coachella, Stagecoach, like everything being canceled. Did you have tickets to anything upcoming that you are looking forward to going to and rocking out that fashion that we know you for?
I know. Well, last night I was very lucky to attend DJ Nice's virtual DJing session.
Yeah, Michelle Obama was in there. Rihanna's been in there.
It was bomb. I loved it. When I was posting an Instagram and somebody hit me up like, yo, girl, you need to be at DJ Nice's place. I was like, what? Word?
Yeah.
I jumped over there and I was so excited. He was playing like Jurassic 5 and so many dope old school mixes, disco. It was so sick and it was so comforting to see everybody be able to come together and have vibes, you know, just like bring an energy that's so cool. And for him to do that was brilliant. So I am excited for artists to get creative with different ways that they can entertain us, you know, whether it's making content from home, influencers are pulling things out of their hat now for content at home. And then I think it'd be really cool if artists collabed and maybe did like some performances, you know, maybe somehow on
Like their own Coachella in a way.
Yep, on the house party, or being able to do it through a FaceTime, through group video calls on WhatsApp. There's so many different ways to do it. So I think this is a really special time for people to get creative and to break away from the norms that we are so used to, and enjoy that we're all in this together.
Do you feel like you've been more creative these past couple of weeks?
That's funny, right? When you said that, I'm looking at this. Okay, so I'm looking at this list of papers that I have. So, okay, there's this thing I do at my house. It's like Jeannie's bowl of questions, right? And I'll randomly come up with different questions. I'll write them on a list like this, and then I'll cut them up, and I'll basically fold these each and put them in a bowl. But these questions I'll have around, and I'll just randomly stick a bowl in my mom's face and be like, answer one. Which one you want me to read now? Why I have to do now? And I'm like, Mom, because we're trying to spend quality time with each other. So yeah, I love doing this, and I've been doing it with my fans. So I actually will post an Instagram video where I'm gonna ask this question and everybody can text me their answer. And then from there, I'm able to just communicate and hear people's individual stories. Like some of the questions are, let's see. Okay, what do your friends hate most about the way you drive?
Ooh, how would you answer that one?
Me? Okay, so fun fact, it's only fun now that I've taken care of it. I cannot stay off the phone when I drive. Like I'll just like scroll, or I'll have to turn on YouTube, or my eyes just need to be fixated on the phone all the time. So I realized after my friends were screaming at me that it was not cool. It's completely dangerous for myself and them. So I stopped driving. So I only Uber now. I know.
Wait, did you give up your car and everything?
Yeah, I gave it up. I gave it to a family member who took it very happily, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, this is a good one. What beliefs do you have about yourself that resulted from your childhood? So anything that someone told you that stuck in your head, you know what I mean? Like that's a crazy memory lane. I would have to say for me, so I grew up really skinny, and a lot of the kids made fun of me, calling me chicken legs. And for some reason, I remembered, because I already had a picture of having weaker chicken legs, it made me prove that my legs were super strong. So whether it was like, I was a relay racer, I always came down first place. I could run a mile in 5 minutes. And even like now I lift heavy with, you know, with all my leg lifts and hip thrusts and all that come with like having worked out my legs for so many years. So even though my belief was that I had chicken legs, they're the strongest chicken legs in the biz, baby.
You got great legs. Don't let anyone tell you anything differently. It's for all the kids out there too.
Right.
Okay, we want to do a little rapid fire with you before I let you go. Okay. What's the first place that you're going to, first appointment that you're going to make as soon as you can leave Jeezy's house?
Wax. I'm just kidding. We'll see. It might be invited to stay. No, I would say nails, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, this is at day 11 quarantine. So I'm pretty sure you check back with me in like a week or two, and we're going to have a couple pieces missing.
Like this?
Oh God, what are you throwing gang signs at me for? What are you doing?
My nails are real bad with you. We're in it together. What's your go-to quarantine snack food?
My go-to quarantine, ooh, let me grab it. Hold on.
Okay.
So good. Oh, you're gonna love these.
It's gonna make me hungry.
Mom,
Krause looks so good. I'm like, I'm so jealous.
They sell these at Costco, the mushrooms? Yeah. Okay, they sell these at Costco, which you know how that adventure is gonna be. But I'm pretty sure you can also get these at Whole Foods. But they're called shrooms, and they're amazing. They're dehydrated mushrooms.
Barbecue
flavors. Barbecue. Dude, I'm trying to tell you guys. And you're basically eating a carb-free snack for anybody who cares, you know, for that reason. But it's just, the first ingredient is mushrooms, the second is canola oil. It's so good and great for you.
I'm gonna have to try those. Okay, what are you binging right now, and why?
Making of a Murder. Oh my God. I know it's 2 years late. I get it. But like we said, this is the time where you get to do things that you haven't been able to do before. So Making of a Murder, we're on 3 episodes out before the end. Do not spoil it for me.
Well,
But Jeezy and I are like in this middle of this war because he thinks Steven did it and I think he's innocent. So don't tell me what happens, but we have a bet that's gonna take place for the loser.
What? Who has to do what? If you lose, what do you have to do?
He has to still decide his. I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say what it is because if I say it, he's going to try to come up with something better to butcher me. But I have a really good dare that includes that involves social media.
Okay. What's next on the binge list? Like, what else are you wanting to watch?
So we watched. What I want to watch. Oh God. I want to, well, it's not just watch, or not watch. I want to listen fully to The Weeknd's latest album and Childish Gambino's album that was just dropped. I'm obsessed with both of them. I heard The Weeknd's album was fire. Reddit is like blowing up about it. So I want to check out those. I actually want to create a vision board or vision week for me, where each week I want to binge on all the things that I need to get done so that I actually feel accomplished by the end of the day. So Capricorn, I know. But Jay wants to join with me. So we're both going to do that together, which is really cool.
That's a cute couples activity.
Yeah. We have a dry erase board and it's popping already. So we just need to add things to it. And he has this junk drawer. I've never seen so many different things that can fit into a junk drawer. Like, guys, glass bottles, Chinese menus, there's lots of dollars. There's like just stuff where I'm like, why is this all in here? And then I can't find one pen, not one pen. And it's like everything you can think of. This drawer is so bad you can't pull it out anymore.
I was gonna say, are you the one organizing it, or is he
I'm
the one?
I'm gonna organize it, but I told him that I'm gonna tip myself with the money that I find if he doesn't help me. So
that, and you better get some really good brownie points for that. That's very
right.
Nice.
I know.
Is he making music right now during this?
He is. He's always making music. Yes, he's making music. In fact, if you follow his gram, Jeezy, he actually just dropped a documentary that he did with Charlemagne the God, which is really good. He takes everybody home to his hometown in Florida. So, I'm sorry, Georgia. But he also just loves producing and creating at all times. You know, he's got a full studio in his home, so he's always working on beats and different things.
Any new hobbies that you're taking up or that you guys are taking up together?
Ooh, you know what? We worked out for the first time together. Like,
you never worked?
Yes, he works out a ton. I work out a ton, and we both went to the stairs, the Culver City stairs.
Yep.
It might be the last time we go because we want to start staying away from public places, but it was dope. Like, we actually were doing push-ups together. We were doing jumps together. We were encouraging each other. We were sweating. It was like, you know, I mean, we never would normally work out together because we have our own gyms, and why would we? But that really brought us together. And then we take walks. Like a cute old couple. He presses the crosswalk sign and he walks outside so that I'm not facing the traffic. Like, we take walks.
It's really cute. It almost makes life a little simpler, right? Which is nice.
Yes.
I really appreciate those little things.
You know, I mean, normally when everything's open and bustling, you're focused about what you're going to have for dinner, what fancy restaurant you're going to go to, how are you going to wear your makeup to this place, who do you have to see, do you have to take a picture or a selfie in order to post it and share with other people? Like, there's so much that goes into it. And now when you just, if you decide to go and take a walk, you do that. You have 5 different vegetables in your refrigerator. What can you make with this? You both are sitting together and haven't had an earnest conversation about how life has been lately. Like, just simplicity. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. You are such a positive ray of sunshine. Do you have advice or a message to people out there who are watching this, or to your fans right now?
Well, besides everything that we've talked about, I would say every person can help. Everybody. As we're seeing people come out of the woodworks, whether they're doing things like volunteering to shop groceries for their elders if they're, healthy and able to, or if they're able to just FaceTime friends that need encouragement and remind them not to panic and lift them out of it. Or if you're like Michael Costello and you've got a whole team that can sew and possibly make masks for everybody, look at your resources. And if you happen to be somebody who is influential that has a company or maybe a team, look at what you can do, right now to just encourage people or add some type of help in any way. And then if you're just a family or any, make some fun content together. When's the last time you did a TikTok with your kids? Do you even know what that is? Did you download it? Like, get into this with your kids. Get into one of these dance routines and get your kids to laugh at you. It's so fun to be able to like be on the same level instead of watching 2 different channels and 2 different Instagrams. Like, get in there with your family. This is a time that, even though it's very difficult and our economy is going to suffer and we're going to go through a rough patch, if we are together and united, when we survive this, we will be even stronger than we were before. So remember that. We need every individual person to take place in.
Yeah. What a lovely message. You're just the best. Thank you so much for doing this with us and for taking the time. I can't wait to keep following along with you and your podcast and your Instagram. So just keep doing what you're doing, because you're such a light right now.
Thank you so much. And you guys take care of each other outside there too.
Yeah. Big hugs from afar.
Absolutely. Virtual hugs.
Yes. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.